Hello, hello. Welcome back to this week's Trader Joe's Taste Test. We have so many awesome things to try. I can't wait, and I'm not gonna make you guys wait any longer either. I'm just gonna ask if you would be so generous as to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't yet already. Just always so grateful for all the comments, likes, and subscriptions that I get every week. So I appreciate you guys doing that. And now it's time to get right into this week's video.
All right. Ooh, baby, just hold tight. We're up at the moonlight, believe in the magic.
The first thing I think we should get into is the new Aglio Olio seasoning. It has a garlicky and spicy blend. And the reason why is because I used the fresh pasta that I showed in the haul this week.
Vesuvio.
And it's going to lose heat quickly. So we're just gonna go ahead and dig right in. And I just mixed the seasoning with the olive oil as recommended on the side of this bottle.
All right.
That has a lot of flavor.
Yeah, it does. It's interesting. I gotta try it a little bit more. Yeah, I think that it definitely enhances the flavor for sure. To me, it doesn't seem like it's super strong in the flavor, but I definitely noticed the improvement for sure.
Yeah, I'm clearly enjoying it. I'm just sitting here eating. I feel like it has a great flavor. Like Tim said, it's not like an overwhelming flavor, but it definitely has flavor. The spiciness, I'm gonna say, is very mild. Like it has slowly built, and I'm finally tasting it on my tongue now, but it is so mild that I think even my son could eat this and enjoy it. I actually really love that you can just add olive oil to it, and it's just, that's what it is. It's olive oil. I'm getting like a lot of kind of like salty bites. I am tasting the garlic, especially the aftertaste. I have like an aftertaste of garlic, which is really nice. So I feel like it's a great seasoning. I can see myself buying another jar or like using this and then getting another jar because I feel like this is a really good seasoning and I like it.
Yeah, I just tried it straight up and poured a little bit in my hand, and so that way I can get just this flavor and make sure take out anything else. It is still pretty light, but it does have saltiness. Yeah, it does have garlic flavor to it, and the spiciness not really a factor.
It's just very light spice. Very
minimal. I get a little bit of it, but it's good. I think this is definitely a great Italian spice for sure.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, we are gonna move on now. So I think we should get into the green beans. So the garlicky shiitake green beans. They smelled incredible while I was cooking them on the stove. They have a really strong garlic smell. Super easy, you just dump them into a pan. And I'm excited to try these because I feel like they're gonna be really good.
I don't.
Well, they might not have a shiitake flavor. Just try it.
I'm gonna try it. If you're new to the channel, I hate mushrooms, but I do it anyways for you.
Oh my gosh.
How mushroomy is it?
I don't taste mushroom, but this is insanely good.
All right, I'm
going back and getting more because this is something I could eat every day. Literally every day. It's so delicious.
I definitely do taste mushroom.
I don't taste it.
Yeah, it's not like terrible.
It's so good.
Now I'm trying to ask myself, if I didn't know that it had mushroom, would I know it? There's a chance that I wouldn't know because it's not very mushroom forward, but I do know it, and I do try to taste it, and I did. It's decent. I'm not over here making faces or anything like that. But I will let you have all of these green beans or string beans or whatever these things are called.
Yeah, I think the dominant flavor is garlic all the way. There's a little kick in there too, which is nice. I think that these are they're like a flavor bomb. They don't taste, it's not like you're eating a straight vegetable. I love that they're so flavorful that you really you get the like texture of a green bean, but it tastes so delicious. So if you're somebody that's adverse to trying vegetables, especially if you don't just like the flavor of vegetables on their own, this is fantastic. What?
They're quite the endorsement.
I'm like literally loving these. They're so good. And I'm kind of not the biggest green bean person, like unless they're doctored up in a certain way, which sometimes I'll make them and I'll do what I would like to them. But these are just next level good. So I highly, highly recommend these. And I'm definitely going back and getting at least 1, 2, 3 bags more.
Wow, that's
Yes.
that's a lot too.
I know because, I mean, they're like small bags.
Yeah.
But I feel like I could cook up a bag of this and eat some of it for lunch and some for dinner, like as a side, because it's so good.
I feel like you could probably throw it into like a stir fry and you know, kind of mix it up that way to kind of complement the beans that are there, but you do you.
Or just eat them plain.
I can't do it.
Okay, well, we're going to move on now to something I think that Tim's going to love, which is the new crispy wonton jalapeno-filled cream cheese. I guess jalapeno cream cheese filled crispy wontons. I said that backward. But I air fried these and they seem to turn out perfect. So, ready?
They smell really good. I can't wait. My gosh. Wow.
Oh
Now, the excitement you just had in the last product, I'm having for this one. This is fantastic.
It's spicy though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, I guess it is. It is spicy.
Yeah, it's definitely hot.
But that cream cheese mixed with the jalapeno, the flavor of it is fantastic. I love it. Crispiness of the outer whatever breading it is really good. We made this in the air fryer.
It's a wonton.
Wonton, whatever, you know.
Wonton paper.
It is wonton paper. It's delicious. The way that it cooks, like whatever oil they used when they originally, probably deep fried it, it comes through in a really great flavor. Mm-hmm. So I love this. I wish we had more on our plate.
There's more in the box. There's 12 actually. Now we have 10. Mm-hmm. I think it's definitely a flavor explosion. Lots of saltiness. This has like a lot of salt. The flavor of the jalapeno, it's definitely very bold. So like if you just want to taste some light jalapeno flavor and not have the spice kick behind it, this isn't it. This has a spice kick. It's not over the top. I'm not like sweating and my nose isn't dripping. But initially I was like, oh wow, that's like, it heated up my mouth pretty good.
Yeah.
But it tastes really, really delicious. And I feel like these would be a good appetizer, even like a good side with something that you're eating. So I think that these are great.
I love it. I really enjoyed this product.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
I think we're moving on now to some beer, and this is a beer Tim selected.
Yeah, so this is by Brewery X, which is, again, local to us in Southern California, in Anaheim. It's called Citra Loves Nelson, and it's got the label of the giving tree. I love this this imagery, and it, if you ever read that book, it's a very sweet.
It's a sad book.
It's pretty sad.
That book makes me cry. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's sad. It's a sweet book. But
yeah, so Citra and Nelson, if you're curious, those are different types of hops. I don't know anything about the hops, but I think Citra is probably going to be citrusy, maybe, and Nelson, who knows?
All right, ready? Let's give this a go.
Cheers.
Cheersing. Wow.
That's pretty good.
That has...
For an IPA,
honestly, it has layers. It started off tasting like it had very light flavor. And then...
Yeah, it does have layers, you're right.
Yeah, and then you get, it goes to the back of your throat, you swallow it. And then you start to taste like the hops. And then there's some aftertaste that's... Let me taste it again.
It's good, though. It's an IPA. I didn't mention that. It's good.
This is so unique. Like the aftertaste, I can't even tell you what it tastes. I can't describe it. It's a flavor that I just, it's like bitter, but between bitter and something else. And it's not bad. It's just so interesting. I can't even put my finger on it. How would you describe it?
Interesting. Now, the bitterness is like what you normally would get with an IPA. That's what we don't typically go for, which is why we always go for the hazy IPAs, because they don't have that bitter flavor to it. But it's multi-layered, where it comes in very light, and I wouldn't say that it has like a citrus flavor like I had hinted at. Don't think that's the case. It's just a unique beer flavor, and you just gotta try it to really know what we're talking about. So
yeah, I agree. It's kind of just like one of those, it's in its own category type of beers. So we're going to move on though to, are we into desserts? Oh no.
Oh no, we got
the spring rolls. Okay, these are what I have been looking forward to trying and seeing. And like I said in the haul this week, we're going to let you know how we like the dipping sauce since it has changed and see if it tastes better or the same or not as good.
So I have the shrimp spring roll, and Katie has the tofu spring roll.
Yep.
I don't feel I need to try yours. I think we can just take your opinion, and you'll have to take mine.
Here they are. They look like a regular spring roll. I'm gonna dip into the dip, and this is the sauce. It is thick, so I don't know if you can see, but it's a thick consistency, so you can dip, and it hugs it real nicely. So.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that's pretty good.
That sauce is delicious.
Yeah, I think so. I really like how well put together these are.
I will say the tofu one has just one tiny little strip of tofu. The rest is filling, like whatever filling that they add into this. I think it's
bunch of veggies. Yeah,
veggies and some noodles, I think. So
yeah, a few noodles.
Like glass noodles. Is this worth $5.50? Absolutely not. No. This is not worth $5.50. When you see the amount of tofu they put in this, and Tim's is only 50 cents more. Is there a lot of shrimp in yours?
I mean, it looks like they put them all in one spot.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, no, I mean, it's one spot, but it's all the way down the side.
Okay.
So you get one in each bite. I also think it's overpriced, but I do think it's good. They're probably banking on the hype that everybody is kind of missing it from the last 3 years of it not having it.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the only way that they can make it work was for a supplier that costs a little bit more. But
or they're just raising the prices like everywhere.
Yeah, it's likely the case too. But I think it's overpriced, but I do think that it's good. And is that spicy? Is this sauce spicy? I think there's a spice to it. I see like red flakes in there, which might be like red pepper flakes. But I certainly do get some type of warmth.
I don't have spice in mine yet. Not yet.
Yeah, I think I do. I took a big helping of the sauce in the last bite.
So there is something I want to mention. Without the sauce, this has zero flavor. I'm talking nothing. So the sauce is what makes this, and I can easily make these at home. I actually have these rice papers that I can fill and add all the accoutrements I want to. And so I think that for me personally would be a better option. I could put whatever I wanted into them, and I could season the tofu and cook it up so it has like a flavor, because at this point it's just raw tofu, or maybe it is grilled a little bit. It looks like it has grill marks, but for the most part it's just a slab of tofu, no flavor, nothing. So if you're buying this, just know you're buying it for the sauce and for the, I guess, vitamins that you get from eating the vegetables in here. But as far as it being $5.50 for what this is, I will say not worth it unless you need to grab a lunch to go, unless your friend's buying it for you, unless your parents are buying it for you. I think it's worth a try, but it just, you gotta just use this sauce. I should have brought 2 tubs of the sauce in here.
Definitely, I agree on the shrimp side too. Like the shrimp, I tried a bite that had just no sauce, and even though I had a bite of shrimp, it is very mild in flavor, very little flavor at all, and it all comes down to the sauce, which I think is definitely spicy. Like my mouth is pretty hot.
Mine is not spicy. Look at how much sauce I have. I'm gonna try this big dollop of sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I have a little bit of spice actually. Now I'm starting to taste it.
Yeah, you gotta let it build a little bit.
But it's not too much. Maybe you had bigger chili flakes in yours or something. So I'll end it with this. If you are super excited that these spring rolls are back and you want to give them a try, definitely do that. The sauce is amazing. Love the sauce. It has great flavor. The spring rolls themselves, personally, I just don't believe that it should cost this much for what you're getting, but I do think it's worth a try. And if I was a person like if I'm going to Disneyland for the day and I needed to run into Trader Joe's to get some like pre-made lunches, I think I would grab this for something like that. Like a special event where I didn't want to make something and I want to eat something a little healthier. I might gravitate toward that. So that's it.
So we said in the hall that we were going to talk about this compared to the peanut sauce. Do you remember what the peanut sauce was like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the peanut sauce has obviously more of a peanut flavor, but this is not far off, and it has so much flavor that I feel like it's not. I feel like they were both good. So
my mouth is hot. I mean,
it's weird because mine's not that hot. So I don't know, but you finished your whole thing, right?
I did. I had both of my rolls, and spring rolls. They were both really good. They just lack flavor. Everything we told you already.
Yeah.
But they are a good product. Like we're just hating on it because the price is a little bit too high.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I thought it was
pretty good.
It's pretty high. It's like okay, we're gonna go ahead and try the new Thai coconut pancakes. I'm so excited. We air fried these, and they come. I was not expecting this, but you know the bubble wrap that your packages come in, like the big ones. This is exactly what it looked like. It came in a sheet with just like bubbles, and you put the whole frozen sheet straight into your air fryer, and you have to cook them all at once. So be mindful of that. I don't think you can cook them separately because they're frozen, so they come all together in a square. So let's give this a go.
Before we do, I just want to point out that yours looks like a fried egg.
Yeah.
And mine looks like a sea scallop.
I'm just worried. So there's cream inside and coconut cream, and I'm worried it's gonna like ooze out or squirt out. So I'm gonna do this over my plate, and I recommend
I'll do it too.
It's like a firm, almost like a rice pudding.
Wow, it's really deceiving because it doesn't look very appetizing.
These are good.
It tastes really good.
Oh my god!
It's like a sweet cream coconut, like sweet coconut cream, like. But it's not a cream. It's solid, just kind of, loose. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's like almost like a pudding, kind of like the consistency of a pudding, but it is. These are incredible, and the fact that I had to make all those and now we have to eat them all. Oh darn! Oh no! What am I gonna do? These are so delicious. I'm excited.
They are really good. Now I've got a question. Do you think you would have been able to like cut a part of it and save the rest?
Well, they're frozen, so it would have been hard. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
When I read the instructions, it just basically said to put the whole thing into the air fryer. Yeah. So I didn't want to mess them up for this taste test. We can experiment down the road if we buy some more. But oh my gosh.
They're pretty good.
It gives you the whole package calories, and I'm like,
It's really not that bad for the whole package.
I know.
450 calories. I don't know though that I'd be able to have like too many of those because I do feel like it's kind of, I don't want to call it rich, but a little bit where I think like 2 or 3 I'd be like capped out on. You don't agree?
Not at all. It's like wine. Speaking of. You can never have too much.
Yes, you definitely can. But this is a new wine to us that we're going to be trying. It's called Kui. It's a Malbec, and it's organic and natural and everything that we like in a wine. So
this is a color that looks glorious to my eyes. It's very, very dark, so I'm hoping it has like a bold flavor, and it smells pretty good.
Yeah.
It smells sweet almost.
Ooh,
that's interesting. Okay,
let's see how it
try
tastes. Wow, it's like light.
Whoa. That is light. It's light, but like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I still have a lot of flavor going into my mouth. Honestly, still have heat from the spring rolls. So I gotta like clear the palate and give this another try.
It tastes like strawberries. This has like a very berry flavor in it. Now I gotta see the bottle.
Look at those walls, though.
I know, I saw that too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, this is such a nice wine.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
it has, it's dry. I feel like it definitely has like a dry flavor, but it has a subtle sweetness from the berry, whatever berry it is. To me, it tastes either like strawberries, raspberries, something along those lines.
I think it's got grape in it. And it's
Okay, on that note, do you have anything to add?
No, I think it's a very smooth, tastes like a very high quality bottle of wine.
Yeah, it does.
Now, $9.99, that's kind of like your middle ground to where it could be a really good deal, where you could probably price this out at $30 for this bottle somewhere else that isn't Trader Joe's, and nobody would really bat an eye. They say, oh yeah, it's a $30 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it could be bad wine, but this is a good one. So I would definitely recommend picking it up if it's at your store.
I agree, and I feel like it's literally perfect for Valentine's Day, so we might pick up a second bottle for Valentine's because it has like the pink label, and it tastes kind of like strawberry, so. But I think we should pair it with the new brown sugar cardamom buns. I heated our buns up, and I cut it in half, so I'm excited to try this. These look really good.
And I love how much sugar they have on the top of it. It looks so good. I can't wait. Interesting.
Okay. You've really got to like cardamom to enjoy this. This is a very cardamom flavored dessert, which, I mean, that's how it is. It says it on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely has that flavor. So if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If you don't, just take some cardamom from your spice cabinet and taste that. And if you don't like that flavor, don't buy these. If you do like that flavor, buy these. I'm on the fence about it. Not in love with it. I don't think cardamom's my favorite on its own. I like it added to things to like make cookies and stuff like that. But in this particular instance, it's such a strong flavor. I feel like it's missing something because typically I'm not used to eating anything with like cardamom being the star of the show. So I think it's something I could get used to because it's not, I don't hate it. I'm not like, you know, appalled by it or anything, but I just feel like this is something that is definitely a flavor profile for a certain type of person who really likes this flavor. So that's my take.
I'm straight disappointed. I'm one of those people that's raising my hands if you don't like cardamom. I don't really know what cardamom is. I'm sure I've had it in other things in the past, but this one, it's definitely at the forefront. And, you know, when I looked at it, it looks like a cinnamon brown sugar bun, and I think that's what was in my head. It's got all these sugar crystals, but there's definitely what I now know what cardamom tastes like because it's right there. It's not hiding in any way. So I would say the texture and everything else is great. I love it. The actual flavor, which is the most important part, I was very off-put from. So I'm bummed, but it's not bad. It's just a very cardamom like
Yeah.
That's what you're tasting.
I agree. And that's a good point that you were saying you like the texture and stuff because it is a very moist bun. You're getting lots. It's not like dry where you're like, oh, I need some milk. Honestly, I ate almost all of it. I have this little bit left, and I took a sip of wine because I kind of wanted to taste how it tastes together, pairs together, and it definitely does pair well together. I feel like the flavors go well. And I just think it's like one of those things where if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
It's a unique thing, and it's something that not everyone's gonna love, but the people that do love it are gonna love it hard, and they're gonna be sad when it's gone.
Yeah.
All right, we are moving on now to the last item in this week's taste test, and that is the handful of dark chocolate covered pretzels. So this is
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, this is silly to even try because we all know like these are gonna taste good, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys the size because personally I want to know what the size is, and sometimes when I want to know what something is, I'm assuming at least one other person watching wants to know too. So I gotta get a scissors. All right, so here they are. Oh, they're like the size that they come in like Jingle Jangle.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
stuff.
say.
They're like real teeny tiny.
I think I should try like 3 or 4 just to make sure I get a good taste on these.
Yep. Yum.
I'm still unsure about how these are. I'm gonna have about 2 more.
I'm gonna have 2 more too. These are so good. We love dark chocolate, so this is definitely like a really yummy dark chocolate, salty with the pretzel crunch. It's got it all.
I'm starting to get a little closer. I think I've got a good taste on this, but I still need another.
You know, most importantly, we should try it with wine.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Oh, that's good. Dark chocolate and Malbec wine. Sign me up.
That honestly, that was a really good combination.
I know.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that these may be the same pretzels that are in the Jingle Jingle and the Springle Jingle and that whole line that they do. They're really good. Dark chocolate, pretzels. Not much else to say. You don't really get much of the salt, maybe a little bit.
Oh, I get salt.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And if you do, I love that combination.
I know you do.
But then when it pairs with this wine, when it pairs with this red wine, it's really good. I think the combination is fantastic. So I'm all thumbs up over on this one. This 2 thumbs up for me.
I agree, and I want to say something that sometimes I find with any type of coated pretzel, whether it be yogurt coated pretzels, chocolate covered coated whatever. I think that these taste very fresh. Sometimes you bite into those and the pretzels taste almost still because whatever coating isn't like preserved the pretzel. It just kind of like seeps in, or it's been on the shelf too long. I don't know. But something I want to note is that these are still very crunchy, and I feel like you could suck the chocolate off and still bite into that pretzel and taste like a regular pretzel. And that's something that's hard. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's hard to find sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of these pretzels, you take a bite and you're like, how old is this bag? And it's like, no, these are new. So that's important. And it's cool that they have them in this little bag size now because Tim's going to eat that. That whole bag is going to be gone.
It's only 99 cents too.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
I know. Such a great price.
That is a good price. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That's the same as a handful of olives.
Well,
I'll have olives and I'll have pretzels. Well, that concludes the tasting portion of this week's taste test. But now we have the question of the week. And this week's question is actually a question that Tim came up with. So do you want to ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So my question of the week is, what is your favorite product at Trader Joe's?
All right.
Pretty straightforward. Everybody has probably a different answer because there's so many great products.
Yeah.
And it took me a minute to even think about what's mine, and there's like 100 of my own favorite products. But the one that I think I truly like the most is not a sweet. It's the blackened chicken Alfredo that's like in the fresh refrigerated section. Now, it's a little bit pricey. I think it's like $6 or something like that.
Oh,
but
no, it's $7.99.
$7.99. See, that's why I don't get it that often because it's really good. It's one meal, one person meal, boom, boom, done. It's done and it's delicious. But I really like that one. And I'm curious what everybody else's is. But what's your favorite, hon?
So right now I'm having 2 come to mind. One is the patio potato chips. I literally cannot live without.
Yeah.
And those are seasonal. So I have to wait every year. And then I have to also be disciplined and not just buy up, a case of them because I can eat an entire bag in a sitting. It's bad. It's like they're so delicious. And I also really love the garlic Asiago cheese dip. I think that was a incredible product they brought out last year. And it's something that I continue to gravitate toward anytime we're going to go to a friend's house and have to bring something. If I'm having something, I always have one of those on deck. So that's how I know if it's a product I really enjoy, but I don't buy it all the time because it's like I enjoy it too much,
It's rich too.
Yeah. So it's interesting that sometimes your favorite things are things that you have to like control yourself with because they're that good. So I'm curious to see what you have to say. I'm sure you guys have some really awesome answers, and include anything that's been maybe discontinued because I used to love the chive yogurt dip. Oh my gosh, what was it? The chive...
I don't know, but it reminds me of...
Oh, that was my favorite
is the
dip.
Greek feta dressing. That was my favorite. I miss it.
Yeah, and the refrigerated ranch before the new refrigerated ranch, the other one with the Parmesan. There's so many discontinued things that I could go on and on about, but those are our that's my top 2. That's Tim's top 1. But we're curious to see what you guys think. And before we leave, if you guys enjoyed our video and our energy, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, please subscribe if you're watching my videos. It's free to do so and it supports us. So thank you for doing that. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.